So, let's see. I don't have much time for other dramas, but I think that this drama is actually small enough for me to be able to address in one video. So I'm picking this one. There's other dramas that I have actually made videos for and didn't even public them because I don't have time to get to the responses. But this one is about the recent spat between OregonAtheist and Ran Campbell, God Views YouTube. Now, I watched OregonAtheist's video this morning sometime, and while I'm watching it, I decide to comment, and my immediate reaction to just the fact that he made a video was, welcome back, more videos please. Now, Randy in his later video will say, well, he must have watched the whole video and then he commented. Randy has no proof of that. And in fact, what happened was I commented while I was watching. And this is not the first time that this has bit me. When I'm commenting while watching before I know what's happening. In fact, I had a bit of a drama when I commented that somebody had changed their hair color and I liked their new hair color. And then later on in the video, after I had already posted the comment, I'm watching the video and then they go on into a drama with some friends of mine. And then all of a sudden my friends are like, hey, why are you commenting nice things on that video? You know, I'm like, well, she had nicer hair. You know, I'm a creepy dude. I like to compliment women on their hair when I see nice hair. And I hadn't watched the whole video yet. And what, am I supposed to, like, take it back? Like, oh, you said something nasty about my friend, so you don't have nice hair anymore. And then go ahead and delete the comment on the video? I don't know. I suppose Randy would have me go back to this video and delete the comment, welcome back, more videos please. Which is a sentiment that I have for everyone. Right now, Randy and Inventor Gorilla are having a fight, and Inventor Gorilla thinks Randy should shut down his channel. And I, you know, even though I'm friend with Inventor Gorilla, and, you know, we have our on and off fights, you know, but I disagree with Inventor Gorilla, and I've done this for years now. I'm trying to tell people, don't flag people, don't tell people to leave YouTube, don't shame them off of YouTube. You know, everyone needs to have their voice, you know, and so here we are. Randy sees my comment. He says, people wish ill on children and you praise them because they're atheists. I guess if he was a Christian you would call the police though, huh? No, actually, first, I'm not seeing people as atheists and Christians as much as you. The double standard thing, like, why would I treat atheists different than Christians when you know, being part of a minority in America, and especially in my city, I've learned to just treat Christians and people from other religions as just people, you know, and I recognize that some of them are dicks and some of them aren't, you know, so there's some very nice Christians out there, and I would probably, if I thought that there was something bad happening in a situation, I would call the police equally on either case, seriously. But immediately assuming that I had watched the entire video and that I was giving praise to this particular video, when what I said was, you know, welcome back, more videos please. Having watched the video now, I see that he was quite inebriated and probably coming from a very dark place. And my initial response to that is, dude, you know, is something up? You know, do you want to talk? But Randy's response, he is on the receiving end of this, but Randy's response is more of like a kill, kill, kill kind of thing. Like, hey, you said something that's over the line, and you've hurt me in my hurty place, where I hurt. That's a low blow, and now I'm the victim, and you need to feel guilty. And it's not really fitting with his whole bully image, his tough guy image, to be playing the victim card like that. But Randy immediately in his response video to all this, he's like, he talked about my kids. That's a low blow. You never go there. And there's a lot of people that have jumped on that one little sentence in what? How long was that video? Let's see. The video was 13 minutes and 42 seconds long, right? 13 minutes and 42 seconds, and that's what you're going to jump on. Okay. So, in that video, what else did he say that maybe you should also be pissed off at? Well, he called Randy a stupid fuck, a fucktard, an idiot, a stupid bully, bigger joke than Venom Fang X, a fat bald douchebag, fucking joke. He wished Randy would die, and he let's see, did I miss something? I know I missed probably half the things he said in that video. I'm just going to go ahead and say none of those things were nice things to say. Right? None of it. Oh yeah, he called him a piece of shit too. In a couple of different ways, but none of those things are nice things to say. None of those things probably were always justified, depending on what Randy's doing. Now, Randy is treating this as though, oh, well, if I come across an atheist who's insulting him, I'm going to just side with the atheist just because. As if this was a unbiased playing field, out the gate, just starting. But Randy seems to be forgetting that the last interaction that I had with Randy was in a Google Hangout a couple days prior. And I will leave a link in the description box to that so that you can all see that when I see somebody insulting Randy, I'm not coming from the point of view of like a third party who has not had any interactions with either party. Okay? Randy has recently insulted me. Do I have any reason whatsoever to defend Randy other than, I guess being an extremely nice guy, which I didn't feel like being after what Randy said to me, No. I'm going to go ahead and say right now that the reason why Randy and a bunch of other people have jumped on that one part of it, the wishing that his kids would choke, versus wishing he would die, fucktard, stupid fuck, fat bald douchebag, all of those things. The reason why they latch on to that one is because it's against political correctness, which is weird because people from Randy's and his closer circle of friends ideologies normally don't really respect people who play the victim card with political correctness, so they're latching onto that, and the reason why is because it's very strong when you can show someone to be a hypocrite to their own morality, and maybe they think that this is universal, that you should not wish ill on someone's children, even though their entire religion is pretty much based on their God placing the burden of one guy's transgressions on all of his children, you know, and the need for that to be lifted from them by that same God in the form of that God's Son is pretty much the cornerstone of their fucking religion. They're gonna say, oh, it's bad to wish ill on someone's children, you know. What happened to the bloodline of Cain again? Oh yeah, it was cursed, you know, by a God. That's their example that they've got, and they don't hate that God, you know, but they're gonna go ahead and say, hey, you know, it's wrong for you to say that because this guy did something that you don't like, that you want something to happen to his kids. Just for the record, so that we're straight here, all of those mean things that Oregon Atheist said, I'm just going to say, they weren't nice things to say. All of them together. I'm not going to harp on him for any one particular one of those things that he said, you know, out of political correctness to try to lay a guilt trip on him. Also, all of the things that Ran Campbell said in the Hangout to all of the other atheists in that Hangout, in the one that I'm linking below that happened a couple of days ago, none of those things that Ran Campbell said are things that I would support as being nice things. And also, I do not support that nobody is seeing that apparently Oregon Atheist is distraught about something, and nobody is reaching out. What I would consider to be the Christian thing to do would not be to try to look for that one sentence out of his video and then lay a guilt trip on him, you know, and try to one-up him. No, the good, nice person thing to do, which Christians would call the Christian thing to do, would be to say, hey, you know, are you having a rough time? You want to talk about it, you know? Hey, is there something I can do for you? You know, can we work this out? But nobody's saying that. So everyone in the comments section of Oregon Atheist video, I don't stand by any of them either. Okay? So, bunch of wrong to spread around with everyone. But because none of you fuckers like when somebody, you know, speaks from the point of view of wanting more peace on YouTube, I'm going to try to offend Randy right now from this point in the video. Probably not using any curse words. Just offend him in a way that maybe it will be even more biting than what was said by the Oregon Atheist, just because I want to be you know, a team player for team let's have some fucking drama. Alright? So, here we go. We've got two sides of this coin, right? This coin right here. We're just going to say 50-50 chance. There's either a God and a heaven and a hell, or there's no God, no heaven, and no hell, right? Okay, so let's set this aside for a second and just, for the purposes of this mental thought experiment, say that heaven and hell are places that exist. And bad people go to heaven and good people... Wait. Bad people go to hell, good people go to heaven, right? So, in heaven, you're supposed to get a reward, right? And that reward is an eternity of joy. But you also get other rewards like knowledge, like infinite wisdom gets imparted on you. That's another one of those things that they give you in heaven. You know, you get to see all these things, and you get to see the world play out. And if you want to, while you're in heaven, you can look down upon all the little ants on earth, all the little people, and you can see what happens in the future, you know, as you're living through eternity in bliss. Well, imagine for a second that there's somebody from Ran Campbell's past that did love him while they were alive. And because I know a lot about Ran Campbell's past, I'm going to go back a couple generations and say that Ran Campbell had a great-grandmother, okay, who would have cared about him dearly, right? She's a sweet little thing in life. She never did anything wrong, and so she would have earned a spot in heaven. But here's the problem. Somebody that she cared dearly about, namely Randy, is still alive, causing a lot of pain for a lot of people here on Earth. In fact, spent his whole life causing pain for people, and now, even today, thinking that he's gotten his life straight, he is insulting people, causing them pain, pushing them away from the religion that he, claims to be a proponent of, And up there in the sky, watching down on him, are loved ones, people that loved him and he loved them back. They're supposedly up there, and they'd have to be looking at what he's doing. These are people that tried to contribute positively to his life and would have wanted him to do things completely different than he's doing, because he's causing people a lot of pain. Are those people happy? I'm going to argue that no, they're not. And if they can't have happiness because, their descendant that's still alive on Earth and still able to, do good or bad things, in this physical realm, their representative of their bloodline is still here, and he's fucking up all the time. There's no happiness for them. Because they have to watch as he causes all this pain. He's not a very popular guy right now. And I'd say it's because he's not looking to be. This case is one example. It's a guy who was in pain, lashing out at him, and instead of taking those Christian lessons of turn the other cheek and show compassion, Randy is more concerned with finding what it was that was wrong that this guy did to Randy and laying a guilt trip on him and possibly making him even more angry and upset, and not looking to care about his fellow man at all. And Randy's great-grandmother, she doesn't get to enjoy heaven. She's got to weep for what her bloodline is unleashing on the planet. Is she in heaven? I'm going to say there's no heaven for her.